Hi and welcome back. For this video, we'll make an update for all the 19 suits that are appearing in Spider-Man Miles Morales PS5, complete with the explanation of their origin and backstory from source material. Number 1 is the Programmable Matter suit. We'll start with the most interesting one. Programmable matter means that it has the ability to change its physical properties either automatically or based upon user input. This sort of makes it the rough equivalent to Peter Parker's nanotech-based Iron Spider suit in the MCU, which was also playable in the previous game. Not only do they both have a shiny metallic look, they can also both sprout giant spider limbs from their back. Number 2 is the 2099 suit. This is a new one. They created a Miles Morales version of Miguel O'Hara's suit, the Spider-Man of 2099. Playing as Peter Parker, we were able to equip that suit in the previous game, so it's only fair that Miles gets one of his own futuristic suits. See those matching skeleton skull emblems there. Number 3, the End suit. Another suit from the future, but is actually based on an alternate future Miles Morales in the comics. In Miles Morales The End series, we see an old Miles who was elected mayor of his city after revealing his identity to the public. Number 4, the SPORTSWEAR suit. Miles wears this early in his training with Peter Parker. Obviously, it is inspired by the Into the Spider-Verse movie, with Miles wearing a jacket, hoodie, shorts and sneakers on top of his spider suit. The only difference here is that he's wearing Peter's old red suit and the sneakers are Adidas instead of Nike Jordans. Number 5, Great Responsibility suit. This is the very first suit that Miles Morales wore in the comics when he tried crime fighting for the first time in an attempt to replace the recently deceased Peter Parker. It was given to him by his best friend Gank and is actually the latter's old Halloween costume, which explains why it seems at least 2 sizes too big for Miles. Number 6, the Homemade suit. This is a new design, Miles' version of the homemade suit that Peter Parker always has in the movies and comics, before switching to a proper suit. This one obviously references the homemade suit from MCU's Homecoming, with its sweatsuit, ski mask, goggles and boots, but with a different color scheme that matches Miles Morales. Number 7, the classic suit. This is Miles' classic black suit straight from the comics as the Ultimate Spider-Man of Earth 1610, although he now resides in the main 616 universe alongside the main Peter Parker. In the comics, it was a gift from S.H.I.E.L.D. from Nick Fury himself, as he felt that Miles wearing the red Halloween Spider-Man suit was in bad taste as Peter Parker had just recently died, so he needed a new one that was different. But in this game, the idea of the suit came from Peter Parker himself, inspired after seeing the other Miles Morales from the Prime Universe during the Spider-Geddon event. Number 8, Tracksuit. The Time Response Activated Circuit Kinetic Suit, or TRA.C.K for short. An exclusive new design by IMSON, similar to Peter Parker's advanced suit in the previous game, which is an improvement of his previous classic suit. The design came from Miles' best friend Gank Lee, so basically these 2 suits were designed by a friend, adds the color white, and the material is based on athletic sportswear. Number 9, the Brooklyn Visions Academy suit. This basically is just the classic suit, but with Miles' school jacket worn over it. Brooklyn Visions Academy is a charter school that Miles was lucky enough to enroll in, much to his parents' joy, despite Miles himself being reluctant to go to. This particular design at the same time pays homage to what Peter Parker sometimes wore in Spider-Man Homecoming, when he wore his Midtown School of Science and Technology jacket over his red spider suit, complete with a backpack and headphones. Number 10. The Into the Spider-Verse suit. The 2018 movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse featured its own version of the black classic suit. It was originally Peter Parker's old classic red suit, but with Miles' artistic talents, he spray painted the suit to make it into his own. The game even includes the low frame rates from the movie and comic book sound effect speech bubbles. Number 11. The Animated Suit. Similar to the Spider-Verse one that we just talked about, this one is another take on the classic black suit, but as featured in the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series, which was Miles Morales' very first Marvel animated debut. The game uses cell shading to give it a 2D cartoonish look. Number 12. The Spider Training Suit. We probably should have mentioned this one earlier in the beginning. So this was already seen in the previous game at the end of the Silver Lining DLC when Peter was just starting to train Miles. It's basically just Miles' normal clothes but with Peter's mask on, and there's the Brooklyn t-shirt inside, which makes it similar to Peter Parker's Empire State University suit, both featuring logos of the schools they go to. Number 13. Strike Suit. So what is Strike? Strike probably refers to the Special Black Ops unit under S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, the counter-terrorist team seen in the MCU in Captain America Winter Soldier. Their leader is Brock Rumlow, who becomes Crossbones, which sort of explains why this suit looks the way it does, just like Crossbones. Number 14. The Bodega cat suit. Another one of his hoodies worn over his classic suit, but this time with a backpack carrying a cat. This little feline friend wears a mask and is dubbed Spider Cat. What's more interesting is that it performs finishing combo attacks with Miles, striking with its claws of fury. Who needs Black Cat when you've got Spider Cat, right? Spider Cat might be based on Spider Cat of Earth 999, who has 9 lives. There's also another Spider Cat, Miles Morales, who is an alternate anthropomorphic version of Miles Morales himself. Number 15. The Crimson Cowl suit. Now, since Miles loves wearing hoodie jackets over his suit so much, why not just properly incorporate a hood into his jacket and make it part of his suit? That's exactly what they came up with here. A new design made for the game. You can call it a cowl or a red hood, not that one. The thing is, the name Crimson Cowl already exists in the Marvel universe, an identity assumed by the villainous Justine Hammer. Although it's got nothing to do with Spider-Man, they just borrowed the Crimson Cowl name here. Number 16. The 2020 suit. This suit is based on a comic version that appeared on a variant cover of Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue 13. This Spider-Punk style outfit hasn't really been part of Miles' story, and it was just a cool design featured one time on a comic book cover. And this is the first time we're seeing an on-screen adaptation of it. Number 17. The Winter Suit. As you might probably know, this game is winter themed, happening during that time of the year, and is quite obvious with the clothes worn by the characters. So there's nothing wrong with Miles wanting to keep himself warm with a scarf and hat. There's actually a whole interesting story behind the scarf in the game, so you have to play the game to know about it. Number 18. The Uptown Pride suit. This cool black and gold suit is a tribute to the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a suit you get after a mission where you protect the people of Harlem, so Miles gets recognized as their Spider-Man. The cutscene that introduces the suit sets the camera at an angle where you see a huge BLM mural painting at the background, painted by the people of Harlem. Number 19. The Purple Rain Suit. Last of all, probably one of the most interesting ones. At a glance, the color matches the theme of Tinkerer and her Purple Underground Army villains in the game, but it actually more resembles the Prowler suit worn by Miles' criminal uncle. It even features claws at the fingertips, confirming that it is based on Prowler tech. A little extra info, the name Purple Rain comes from the Purple Rain arc in the new Thunderbolts comic, referring to the reign of the villain Purple Man, but that story doesn't really have any connection to Spider-Man though, although Spider-Man and Purple Man have crossed paths before. So that's pretty much it, the 19 suits confirmed to be in the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. Which one do you like the most? Leave a comment and thank you for watching.